Welcome to Gramma Jean's Attic. I'm Devon.
And I'm Siobhan.
And we're here with our longer episode of all the stuff we've been up to for the past month, right? I think it's been a month.
I think so, at least.
Yeah, that's fine. We have that keep us going.
Yeah.
Definitely check those out if you haven't. They're only 10 minutes. So I have a whole bunch of stuff.
And I don't.
So how do you want to start?
Well, why don't we start with whips? You can go first with any whips that you have, then I can do my whips, and then you can finish it off with all your finished objects because I don't have any.
Have you bought anything?
I have not bought anything.
I have, yeah. I'm in a current slump, say that, but
I just started a new job, so I've been kind of gearing up for that. And this past week has been so busy that I really haven't. I've maybe knit like 3 rows a day if I was lucky this week. Yeah. I was just like startup mode. So
yeah. That's understandable.
Why don't we start with what you're wearing though? Oh, that's one of your things though.
Yeah, whatever. You go.
Oh, okay. Well, I am wearing a knit collage. Oh, is it the botanical cardi?
Oh, yes.
That sounds about right. So this is supposed to be a cardigan. I think we did it during their spring knit along last year. I believe that's when it was. Yeah, it was definitely last year. And it was nice out. It was
the pattern now.
You should be able to get the pattern now, yes. But so it's supposed to have sleeves, and I got to this point and was like, I kind of like this as a vest. So it has this cute detail at the bottom, and the back is my favorite. It's got a cool flower, which eventually I want to use that. This pattern or the back, that decal is also a floor pillow. There's a pattern to make a floor pillow from it. And I want to use that pattern and modify it a little bit to make a tire cover for my Jeep. I've been saying this for over a year. Okay. After I finished this, I was like, I'm totally doing that. Clearly I haven't, but
you're still a yarn piece of it. So give yourself a little.
Yeah, that's true. Because I want it to last, right? So
in New England, we have weather. So you can't just put cotton ropes. Well, you might be able to get away with cotton, like macrame ropes.
I was debating macrame. I also got paracord, and I do have a gauge swatch for paracord, but I haven't.
Yeah, I don't know what water. I don't know. Water might destroy your macrame cord.
That's what I'm wondering. But I think the paracord would be okay. I think it might not be pliable enough. Like it's very more rigid than I want it to be. But I do have a swatch. I think it's in one of the cars. So I need to measure it to see if I'm off and I think I'm way off. I really think I'm way off gauge, which is why I'm like, okay, I knit it. That's nice. But eventually I would love to have a tire cover. And the other thing about that is my Jeep stays outside. It doesn't go in a garage. So it's always going to be exposed to the elements. So that's just been, okay, I don't do anything then. Sounds good. But last year when I knit this, this was the pattern before you pick up and add sleeves. And I'm like, I kind of love it.
They were short sleeves too,
right? The pattern is short sleeves and it like caps it, so you start up here and then you'd pick up stitches as you go down. Ooh. Yeah, it was interesting, and I think my other issue was I wasn't sure that I had enough of the wildflower, which is their fabric yarn. I didn't think I had enough of it. So I just stopped. And I kind of love it. I think it's a great little accessory. It's nice to kind of top something off and be like, hey, look at my knitting, so that's what I'm wearing.
What yarn did you use?
So this yarn, funny enough, came from a sweater that Devon knit. She gave me this sweater. Was that Rhinebeck 2019?
First one.
Our first one. I had nothing to wear, so she let me wear it was the pilot.
What?
think it was like, I can't remember the name of it. It was a pullover, but I want to say it was like the pilot pullover or something. It had something to do with airplanes or something. And I really liked it. And my intent was to pull it out and then reknit it in the right size. But then when this came out, I was like, well, maybe I'll just use it for the knit along with knit collage instead. And I did. So
did you buy mini skeins to go with it?
I bought one. So I had a skein. I think it was the green skein of Wildflower. And I don't know why. I don't know why I had it. I had it left over from something. And so I bought one more skein of Wildflower yarn. And that was all that I needed. And that was also why I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to fit. Like I wasn't going to have enough because I literally just bought one skein. So it worked out. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, it looks great. It looks great.
Yeah. Thanks.
Like that.
I do too.
So I'm wearing my finished cloud bow pullover. I did the pullover version. I will admit, never blocked it, so it still really rides up in the back. I believe I made a size 3.
Okay.
Because age was off. And that was going to get me to the size 2 size. Because I really liked the way the fabric turned out with the needles that I used. I think I used the ones the pattern recommended, which is why I had to do something different. But when it's this big, it really doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure I accidentally added an extra inch here. I added because I was like, I'm not ripping back that. Like I just did 2 extra rows. That sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
We are not figuring out mohair. And somehow I did manage to have 2 less stitches on this sleeve than required and 1 extra on this one.
Nobody's gonna know.
There's nothing is pulling apart on the sleeve, so I didn't drop a stitch at least.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the way, it doesn't matter. It is the yarn I bought, Rhinebeck Botanical Yarns. It just, I believe this is the color the sample that they had was in.
I think the sample was striped though, but I think it was that color. With like
it was striped with this color.
Yeah.
And I want the whole thing solid. I wanted it solid. The pattern is striped.
Yeah.
But it is, I liked the construction of it. I thought I was going to hate that. It's 2 panels. So you can't tell the front and the back because they're knit exactly the same. So you knit 2 panels and then you pick up along this way, along the 2 of them. So nothing about the panels are stitched together. And then you knit back and forth for a little bit on here. And then you go to the round and make your sleeves. And then this, I loved the cuffs are just a smaller size and they're folded over. And so you can actually see the collar and this and the cuffs and stuff. So I've been wearing it mainly underneath like turtlenecks or a collared shirt.
You mean over a turtleneck?
Over it, yeah. Yeah, with a pair of jeans. That's how I've been wearing it. And then today I decided I'd wear it with this dress.
Yeah,
that'd be cute. But I actually really enjoyed making this. I'm so surprised. This yarn was so nice to work with because I have another whip that after I finish this, so I'm like, I can finish mohair.
Yeah.
I will never finish this whip sweater because this mohair is not like this. I don't know I don't know the difference. I don't know if that's more of a Surrey. I'll have to look at the yarn.
Well, maybe,
but I am not enjoying it as much as this.
Well, see, when I used mohair, what did I use mohair?
Anything on Magic Loop with this, and I have to use Magic Loop on my whip.
Oh, and you don't like Magic Loop. I love Magic Loop. Like I do Magic Loop for literally everything.
I will get into that in my whip section.
Okay.
About on my trip to North Carolina.
Yeah. Well, why don't we move into that? Because you'll do your whips first, right?
Okay. Yeah. So then I'll start then with, it's February. And because in January, I literally finished 4 things. I felt super amazing, including finishing this. I was like, I will go to the back of the couch and pull out the longest whip that's back there.
I love the back of the couch is where
I just, it's
the whip graveyard.
And I'm just like, this has been sitting here a while. And and it's like a 2 foot by 2 foot space behind the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And like bags just filled with stuff. A mouse got into one of them. I won't talk about the mouse poop that I found. So there's, I think, multiple reasons why this will probably never get finished. I'm deadly afraid that this is going to look bad on me.
Oh.
Because maybe I should just block it out. So because I made this, I bought the yarn in Rhinebeck 2019, started it the month after.
Yeah.
And I still have a sleeve to finish. This is the Dye in Office from Jessie May.
Yeah.
I was afraid. So I did not want to buy 2 skeins of mohair because I think I was 20 yards short of mohair.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to buy the 2 yards because I'm like, that's insane to me. So instead, I decided that the ribbing would not be held with the mohair.
I remember this. Yep.
So this is a conscious decision that has effed with the gauge very badly.
Really?
Wow. Well, because now I'm at a different yarn weight. So my fear is this is going to look so effing bad. And V-necks don't even look good on me. So I have no idea why I started this.
I don't know. I bet like a higher V-neck might be better than like a super.
We're going to find out because it is also short. It's a shorty. So nothing about that, it says Devon. As I sit here in a turtleneck, fully covered. Like, like just no, I know myself. Well, I don't know what it is. So I started these sleeves with shorties, 9-inch heels. It's a miracle. It's a miracle this sleeve got done last year.
Yeah.
So literally I did this. It's 3 years. So I decided, nope, I will find magic loop needles and do that. So I started with some wooden ones that I have from my interchangeable set, but the cables on the like interchangeables are not meant for magic loop. So then I thought, well, I'm just going to go and I'll buy some new long ones on Amazon.
Yeah.
These are the Zings. Can't stand them.
Oh.
Cannot. I don't know. I don't know what it is. They're nice, but I don't like knitting this yarn on these metal needles. And so now I have another set that I bought. I haven't tried them yet because I'm just so annoyed.
Yeah.
So I have a wood version of them now that I'm going to try and see. It could just be the cable that is annoying me with it because these are 47 inches.
And that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. Like I usually use 40-inch at the most.
Yes, that's what I learned at the knitting shop this past weekend. So that's why I'm just not quite sure. I don't know if this will ever get finished. I think it just needs to get, and plus, here's the other concern. That's all I have left.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely not going to finish that.
Because I have a lot to go with my markers. I got that much more to go. So I'm going to look on the Discord channel and I'm going to put in. So that was a good thing that I learned from an Instagram friend. I'm getting good at making these now. I got added to I figured out how to do, oh my God, I just stretched this. My hand won't fit through this. Oh, no, it does. Okay, good.
Okay, good.
I was like, oh my God, this is another reason why it'll never get done. I should just go on there and see if anyone has.
Yeah.
I don't even need a full skein.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will go back into this tiny bag.
And hope that you find.
And I would say, well, maybe I'll find a new thing for the finish of February, but we are halfway through this short month.
Yeah, we're over halfway through.
Yeah, I could finish that Bronco sweater. That's what the mouth pooped all over. So I'm just like,
I wouldn't touch it. I would just be like,
I gotta wash it. So
yeah. That'll be
um,
fun.
so I went to North Carolina for a business trip. I went to Durham and I found this awesome little yarn shop called Freeman's Creative. And because I really needed it, because I decided to bring a small project with me on the, because I didn't want to take up a lot of room. I have a lot of big projects. So I brought my socks, my little sock that I was working on. I finished one finally. And I'm sitting here I am an hour before my plane. Oh, I was very early to get on the plane, but an hour before we get to go on, I sit and I pull out my needles. I cast on. I break the yarn because, right, it's this super cute. I love this pattern. Let me just talk about them. It's Hello Sunshine from Tracy from the Grocery Girls.
Oh, yeah.
And the yarn is, so this is the left sock. Because the cable pattern is not in the center. So you have to make a left and a right version of it. It's a fake cable, by the way.
Yeah.
It's yarn overs and decreases with one by one. So it was funny. I wanted a vanilla sock pattern. So I picked the most complicated design that is all knit and pearls.
I feel like for a sock though, I like details because it keeps me more interested.
That's the only reason why these are getting done, to be quite honest. Because I bought a sock set from Sorella. The autumn, it was a pre-order. Mm-hmm. And so it's the Nolita one. And I also loved her heel detail.
I love that.
So this, and because it was a sock and a mini skein, it kind of limited a lot of the 2-colored socks patterns that I was looking at. But I just loved this. I loved this, the detail on it. And you're right, it is actually getting me to finish it.
Yeah.
So I pull it out while I'm waiting, and I don't bring scissors because I didn't want to get it confiscated. I made it through, because I had wooden needles. I made it through security just fine with them. And break my yarn and broke my needle at the same time. So I'll go to the bookstore. I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy some Scotch tape. They don't have Scotch tape. So the woman just looks at me. She's like, I'm like, I just need like an inch, like a small. She's like, here you go. I'm like, thanks. And I'm like, I broke a knitting needle and I'm hoping this will work. She's like, just go. I don't care. 5:30 in the morning. Just go. So I go over, I put a piece of Scotch tape. It did its job and it was extremely painful. Just through it. Because they're size 1s and the yarn going over just the teeny little ridge was, it kept me entertained while I watched Knives Out. That's a great movie, by the way. Daniel Craig is in it, with a Southern accent. It is the wildest. Took me half the movie to be okay with that. But it was really, really good. I can't think of the woman that's in it. I love her too. Jamie something. But so because I broke my needles, I'm like, well, this is an excuse to do yarn shop. Found one that was 10 minutes from work. And I went in and I asked, I was like, all right, after almost buying a whole bunch of yarn that wouldn't fit in my carry-on, I bought Chia Goos. And I am absolutely hooked.
I love them. They're so good, right?
Well, it was funny because the owner of the shop, there was 2 women there, and another woman was shopping, so we all got gabbing at one point, and we started talking because I'm like, look what I did. I broke them, and I was like, so she's like, do you want wood again? I'm like, I don't think I do. I'm like, let me try metal. They slip off. And the yarn shop owner, she's like, I prefer wood, except for size 3 and under, I use metal. She's like, because the wood breaks. And she said she used to use double point needles and they would just curve. Oh. And I did. I really like the Addy flips, but because they're double point, kind of like double pointed needles. But I'm sick of paying $25 every time I need one.
Yeah. Yep.
So instead I paid $11. But these are 32-inch length. This is so much. Well, I guess maybe with this, it's more manageable. With sleeves, maybe I would do a 40-inch.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but I can't get over how nice these are. Like I understand. I totally get it now.
Yeah.
This is.
It was the cables for me. I think they're the
interchangeable like it too.
Yeah.
Or the interchangeable just as.
Yeah. They're just like they stay the right shape, but they're super flexible. You know what I mean? There's no like kinks anywhere.
Yes. Well, and then they did recommend, and my mind wasn't ready to buy them. They had swivel cables that went to a different wood needle brand, but also fit the like that are made of steel cable braid as well. So I may, next time I go back, I'm buying a sweater's quantity worth of yarn so I can make sure my bag is ready for that. And probably those swivel cable needles. Because
I can't remember.
That uses, so.
Are they Addy brand?
No, it's like London. I had never heard of them.
I think Knitter's Choice.
Knitter's Pride.
Yeah, that one. They also like fit the, is it like?
The like, yeah. AKE, yeah. That's what I love those.
I know you do.
The shorter ones, I enjoy that as well.
Oh, I like longer needles. My hands cramp up with short needles, like because I'm like trying to hold like this.
I would say it depends what I'm working on.
Yeah.
If I like them long or short, like Magic Loop, I like them longer. Like these are perfect. These are absolutely perfect for these socks. I will become a more sock knitter now because of this. I can't believe how much I love these.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it. And my gauge didn't really change.
Oh, that's good. Because I know that a lot of people say
like it'll buy like half a stitch even. But I mean, it doesn't really look.
Yeah.
Because like here, I would say from this purple part that you can't really.
Yeah.
It's changed that much. And maybe it'll block out. I don't know. And they're socks. I don't care.
Yeah. And it's only like maybe a couple of inches. So it's not like.
Yeah, I changed it like right about here. And right here. I made it to one whole pattern.
Yep.
On the plane. And then we hit awful turbulence on the way home. So I had to stop. I spilled my water all over the woman next to me and all over her laptop. I felt so bad. Like, because they were like, oh, because they literally just finished giving us our drink, and the pilot's like, we're 28 minutes away. Their ATC said the air's really bad. Prepare for a landing. Flight attendants, go back to your seat. And we're like, oh, okay, like whatever. And it's gonna get bumpier. I didn't have my seatbelt on that tight either. I was tossed around this whole, oh my God, I'm trying to, so I grabbed my water because it's filled. The guy next on the end has his completely filled Diet Coke because we just got served.
Yeah.
All over her, all over me. My butt was wet the whole plane ride because you're on your plastic seat with the only napkin they give you. The place is a mess. But, it was, I got very motion sickness. I thought I was going to use the barf bag. I was very not okay. It was the longest 28 minutes of my life. And I was watching The Nice Guys. And I couldn't even finish it. I was really bummed.
Yeah.
But it seemed vaguely familiar, so I may have seen it before. With Ryan Gosling.
Okay. Yeah.
Russell Crowe. It was really fun.
Yeah.
But it's super awkward because there's a lot of nudity. Because it's about a pornography. So that was awesome.
Maybe I haven't seen that. Nice Guys?
Nice Guys, yeah. Yeah, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. But like there's like a dead porn star, just boobs hanging out. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, you're like on a plane and everyone can see. So like next to them, yes, everyone. Like it's not tinted in any way. Everyone can see. But, like whatever, it's on a plane, whatever.
Yeah, right? Somebody else is probably watching it too.
If there was a child next to me, I would have changed it. I would have panicked and changed it, but
Yeah.
So, and then I have one more WIP, and that is my test knit, because I'm absolutely in love with the yarn I picked. So I went to a Fiber Farm Day. I don't know, I think first weekend in February I did that. A couple weeks ago. I don't know.
Yeah, because I was in Vermont. Yes.
And I was specifically looking because I got picked to do a test knit from Isabel Roy. She's All Tangled Up Knits.
Yep.
On Instagram, and she's doing a Flora pullover, and I think it is absolutely amazing.
I agree. I love it. I saw it and I sent it to you. It was like
it on her Instagram, but I was intrigued by it because it has, I've heard it called the Latvian braid.
Same.
And a Vic braid.
Okay.
But basically it's a 2-color one, which is really interesting. So your braid comes out a solid color.
I love that.
Instead of like a twist. So the one I have done, when I did it before, it came out with the 2 colors you were holding in the braid, which is also super pretty. But I loved the way she did this. So it's, the green is what got me though. So I went to this Fiber Farm Day knowing I was looking for a main color to go with these 2 colors that I just have a lot of and I just think are super pretty. It's the blue from my bouquet sweater from Malibu. It's the Matisse. And then this is Hedgehog Fibers Mermaid's Pearl. It's just a super vibrant pink and blues. And so, yeah, like here.
Yeah, I love that.
Cool. And I really liked in the pattern that the body has just, it's called a dots pattern. And it just gives it a little texture, and it's not, and it makes me want to finish a bottom sweater.
Yeah, which is saying a lot.
It's saying a lot. It's, I only lost one. Okay. I need to invest in needle stoppers. But it's cool because on the side also, the braids will go up. So to do that though, you do it in a 1-by-1 pattern, and then you'll crochet the chain up. And so you'll have the braids that go up this way, and then it's a drop shoulder, and they'll have the braids that start at the top of each sleeve too. I mean, I love the way she's running the test knit. So she's doing it on a group, Instagram group chat. So there's direct feedback, and she's also doing it in a Google Docs where you can leave comments and you can see the real-time edits in the pattern.
I like that.
I'm an old-fashioned lady and write all my notes on my printed out pattern. But at least for me, when I find something, I can go and look and say, okay, this is weird to me. Is there a comment, or is there something I can go and look? Because there are some where it's just blowing right through this.
I bet. Oh, I bet.
And I do want to give a shout out. I'm mad at myself for not knowing where I bought this, but it was actually talked about at the yarn shop. The woman that was coming in specifically asked if they had a row counting.
Oh yeah.
So they're actually going to get some from Katrinkle. Katrinkle has a great version of it, but this row counter is the best thing I've ever invested in. And I have 2 of them. I found them off Etsy, and I believe this woman might be the only one I could have found that was doing them.
I feel like I remember you talking about that when you were looking for it.
Yeah. And what I like about hers is she has the, like at the end, clips. So what I do with them is I have a pattern change at row. So this is a 10 row repeat. So this works out nice because this is 10 rows.
Yeah.
10 row repeat. And on rows 1 and 6, I have to do something different because it's stockinette, and then you do a different pattern at those. So I put the marker at row 6. So when I get to it, I know you're not doing just stockinette anymore. And I would do it at row 1, but I just remember at row 1 because it's when I flip it. Yeah. But there are so many ways to utilize this. Like I'm just using it straight 0 through 10. But I have used it for a 4-row repeat where I hook them together at row 4, and I just go in that loop. Boop, 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 and go around. I use it as a row counter. So instead of using this to designate my pattern repeat, if I'm counting my rows on a sleeve, I'll use this to denote the 10. Yeah. So every time I get to a 10, I'll hook it there. So when I'm counting to 12, I'll put this at row 1 to show I'm on 10. and the 2 is 12.
Right.
So that's how I use this. And it's been an absolute game changer for me. Just something so simple.
Yeah.
Something that simple. And I have 2 of them. I don't know where the other one is. It's on a project that's hidden.
Yeah. Behind the couch.
Yeah. It's probably on Tyler's sweater.
Probably.
But this is the floral pullover. We're not going to be done until April, I think is the due date now. So there's plenty of time for me to work on this and to show it. She's more like, I wouldn't be showing you if I couldn't, right?
Right.
But this color, so I went to the Fiber Festival for a specific vendor because of the shades of pink that they use, Wing and Prayer Farm.
Yep.
And I found a beautiful pink that would not go with my contrasting colors. And then I was walking through and I saw this. And I was like, good Lord, that's beautiful. And I thought it was the wrong weight. Yeah. Because it's just like 200 grams and how many yards. And I'm like, that meant nothing to me. You need to tell me the weight and the thickness of the yarn. I don't know how to do that yet. So I went back to Wing and a Prayer and they had this, a yellower version that would have gone also. And so then I sent Siobhan both colors. I'm like, which one? She's like, this one.
Yeah, that one just was so much fun.
It was so funny because I was working on this the other night and I was like, gosh, I hope this really does look good on me as I'm literally working in a sweater that I bought from TJ Maxx 3 years ago in this color. So I don't have to worry about it. I can now get rid of the sweater that is too old and I can replace it with this one that I've made. It was just, I know it's going to work.
Yeah, I love that.
It'll look good. So it's out of my comfort zone. But I saw that I went to that booth at least 3 times. And eventually I'm like, is this the worsted? She's like, well, it's more like a light DK. I'm like, okay, I'll take 4. Sold. Yep. I am a little worried though, because I'm hoping I lost a skein. Because I'm through 2.
2?
Yeah.
2 skeins?
This is my second skein and I only have 2 more left. And I have a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot more to do.
Wow.
Because I thought like usually a sleeve takes just about a whole skein.
Yeah.
I still have 4 more inches on the body. And then, 11 inches on the top.
Yep. Oh.
So there's another Fiber Farm. Yeah.
Festival?
Is another Fiber Farm Day coming up. I need a lot more.
In March, you said?
I think it's the first week in March, actually. I think it's March 4th and 5th.
I don't think I have anything to do, so I'm in.
Yeah, and they're going to have inside and outside, so they'll have more vendors and more food trucks. Because last time they only had, I think, a grilled cheese truck, and I was not waiting in line.
Yeah,
so
one food
I went
truck.
hungry. I went hungry and left hangry. So I was like, because there was a cute shopping plaza across the way, and I'm like, I just need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not like me. That's not like me. I'll just go and see.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my whips. Those are my whips.
I really love that test knit. I'm really glad you're doing it.
I do too. And I'm so happy with the yarn.
Yeah.
It's like a nice rustic yarn too. Straight from the sheep, it's not a super wash. So it's nice. What are your whips?
Well, the one thing that I've been working on, let's start with Joey's sweater. Let's start with one of the sweaters I was supposed to finish at Christmas. I am slowly adding his sleeve. He has 1 sleeve. He needs a second. He has yet to try it on.
Have you blocked it?
Nope, haven't blocked it. I'm like, I just need to finish the sleeve. Let's be honest. I need to finish the sleeve. I'm gonna talk about my magic loop. Okay, so that's the back. This is the front. So if you haven't seen our previous episodes, or you can already tell, I'm gonna have to fix it. But if you haven't watched previous episode, you don't know what this is. This is the Gold Star sweater from Max the Knitter. I had his last name and I already forgot it.
So yeah.
We will add it though. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll block out, but I'm not confident. Like, this is just so tight. And I'm going to keep talking about it. So I'm doing magic loop for the sleeves. I have one sleeve done.
Yeah. So what's the detail? Show the detail on the cuff.
Oh, the detail on the cuff matches the detail on the bottom cuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's like not a corrugated rib, but it's 1x1 color work.
Yeah.
Into like just a stripe and then into the thing. And it's the same over here. And that matches the detail up here because this is a 1x1 color work as well. And it is a worsted weight. So it is going a little bit faster, but it does require me to I have to count my row. I have to keep track of my rows. So I have my little stitch marker for my last increase so I can count the rows a little bit easier. And I'm finding that I need more of these like removable stitch markers.
Yes.
Because I was like, I'm not a crocheter. I don't need those until now when I have these repeats and I want to know how many repeats I'm at, how many increases I'm at. So I've learned that. But I am using, obviously, my Chai Goose because I love them. But I have 2 cables connected together. And this is like just barely long enough.
How long is it?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe 16 inches. No, it's got to be more than that. I think maybe it's probably 20 or less if I had to guess. It's really not long. And I wish, so for sleeves, I think I have a 32-inch cable that I prefer. Mm-hmm. Clearly, I'm not using it on this. So yeah, I'm just going with it because it works. It does the job. Yeah. But it's just, I have to like make sure that it's really twisted so it's not causing the gap at the end. That's really the biggest annoyance. But yeah, eventually it will be done.
It looks so good.
I think it looks great, except for, like I said, right, it's where I had to do 3 colors. Once I started incorporating the blue back in, it was just too much. I was not conscious about making sure my floats were long enough. So I'm either going to reknit this whole color work.
You're not, because that means you rip out the entire sweater, Siobhan.
No, that means I reknit it and then I cut and I do some surgery to join it to the bottom part. Yeah, see, that's also my feeling, which is why I'm like slowly doing the sleeve.
No, that's gonna die the death of my.
My other thought, which I was like, oh, this could work, is to cut some of the yellow floats and like tie yarn to it to extend it. But I'm like,
I also thought about doing that on my bouquet. I'll be honest. I really thought about it, but I'm so afraid that the knots won't hold.
Oh, I'm not that afraid of that. I'm afraid of having to then pull the slack through. That's what's going to be the pain in the ass, I think. Because I would have so much slack at one of these floats that I would then have to work it through the rest to even it out. And I'd have to do it for so many rows that I'm like, it might just be more fun and more enjoyable to knit the top and then graft it together versus whatever the hell I'm thinking.
Just see if it blocks out.
That's number 1. And I'm like, you know what?
When he's on, he might not even notice.
I'm not convinced, but we're going to find out.
Let's block it and make him wear it for a day. And then if it still annoys you, think of what you want to do.
So my other concern about this is this yarn on the top it's like a thicker worsted than the rest of it. And it was a discount yarn from Rhinebeck. Remember, we got those like $5 skeins. It is so itchy that I don't think he will wear it. Like, he would wear it just to be nice and like, because he knows that I would appreciate him wearing it.
He'll have a shirt underneath it.
Yeah, I'm not convinced yet. But anyway, so my thought is, if I reknit it, I have another worsted weight that is literally this color, but it is so soft that I'm like, if I were to reknit it, I would at least do the top part in that yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of ideas. So eventually there will be a full second sleeve. I'm not close. I'm getting close, but I'm not. It's good to work on at night because I just turn on a show and I can just stock in it and track how far I am. Super simple. So eventually it will get done.
What size needle is it?
7.
Okay.
It's not bad.
My sleeves are a 9 that aren't progressing.
Yeah. So
next needles and see, and then maybe I make another venture to a yarn shop and just buy some Chiagoos.
You got to do it. I love them so much. My next one is, I don't think I've shown this progress. I don't know. Maybe I did, but I don't think I was this far. So we're just going to show it anyways. This is the shawl from Neutrino. It's the Angel's Landing shawl. And I bought the whole kit. I feel like I only did like a little bit last time. I don't think I was, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I did the herringbone. I had to rip it out and redo it because I totally screwed it up. I don't think I think I fixed it, but it has you go up a needle size on the herringbone.
Yeah.
And you can tell why because it's still very tight. At first I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll just knit it super loose. And then I was glad I switched because I still knit it loose. It is very tight.
I've done herringbone and it was a hem.
Oh yeah.
For that reason, and it cinched it. It was beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, I love the colors of this. It's such an interesting knit. It really keeps your attention, but this is something that's better like if I'm listening to a book because I need to be watching the pattern. I need to watch what I'm doing. But I think eventually when I finish, it's like my half and half. If I want something interesting, I'm going to pick this up and I'm just going to work on it. If I want something super mindless, I'm going to pick up my half and half and work on that, So that's number 2.
Which I was mad at myself. I didn't think to bring that on the plane because it's small. Still at the small side.
I went, so we got a new van last weekend. And so I had to go to the dealership to pick up my registration. We were driving. We just transferred the plates over. But they didn't have my registration printed for me. And I didn't even realize this. And so I was driving that van for almost a full week before they were like, oh, hey, your registration is ready. And I'm like,
oh, that's fine though.
I will be right there. So anyways, I went and I picked it up and I got it inspected at the same time. But I was like number 4 in line for inspections. And I had my half and half. I was like, I am so happy that I have this with me right now. I am so happy. So that's staying in the van. So anytime I get a situation like that, my knitting. Okay. And then the last thing, I have made so much progress on this since you last saw it. I think I could do the ribbing now, but I want it a little bit longer and I'll try it on to show you. So this is the deep winter coat from Woolen Pine. And this is something that I cannot put this down.
I was not expecting you to show this.
I'm like,
I completely forgot you've been working on this.
I have been working so hard on it.
You have posted nothing or showed me anything.
I just sit and I knit it and then I start to fall asleep and I'm like, okay, time to go to bed. What?
As soon as you feel like you're falling asleep, stop knitting.
Yes. This one. So let me put it on to see how far I am so far. So as you can see, it still has like one of the provisional cast-ons and it will have like a big shawl collar and front band, which I'm so excited about. But I think I'm like just about where I want it for the ribbing. Like,
yeah,
just about where I want it.
How long is the ribbing going to be?
few inches. I don't know. I haven't read that far yet. I mean, I did, but I don't remember.
You probably should figure that out before
Well, it said to knit 15 inches to keep repeating the charts for 15 inches or your desired length.
Your desired length, yeah. Where are you at?
Haven't measured. I don't know. I'm going between 3 charts right now. I have 1 chart for the front, knit some stockinette, chart for the back, more stockinette, chart for the front. And so I just am knitting and knitting and knitting. I try it on. I'm like, okay, it'll be a little bit bigger, you know. Once I block it, everything will flatten out and stretch.
Grow, yeah.
So, and then I'll do the sleeves. Oh, I am so happy with it though.
I can't believe it. It looks so good.
And it's honestly, I love cables. Okay. I am loving these cables. They are just so interesting. And the pattern itself, I think I've talked about this before. Maybe I just talked to you about it. The pattern is so confusing. It was at the beginning, I was ready to be like, you know what, maybe fuck this. But I'm glad I persisted because now that I understand it, I'm just flying through it. But the charts, because it's a cardigan, you're going back and forth. So when you go one way, you're reading the chart like normal, but then you're reading the chart back the other way, and you have to reverse the meaning of each symbol. So a knit is now a purl, and a purl is now a knit. And I'm like, oh, why is this so hard? And you're reading it backwards.
So how are you doing your shawl with Neutrino? Is that not?
Oh, that was just a cast on party. They didn't it's not a full knit along.
No, but is it chart or written out?
Well, Neutrino is both. Like it's a chart and then it has the written instructions for each line. So Neutrino is.
What are you following? The written instruction?
Yeah, I guess I follow the written instruction because
you'd have the same problem on the chart there, is my point.
I guess.
Because whenever you go back and forth.
Well, no, because the Neutrino is the Angel Landing. This is all garter stitch. Like this is all garter here, and then this is mosaic. So I think that's probably why I screwed up the herringbone, because this is mosaic. I do one color and then I go back and do the next color, and then
and it's all knit.
No, this is garter it's all knit. Like everything is, there are no pearls.
You don't purl. Yeah.
Right.
It's when pearl is the problem.
Exactly. Yeah. There. Now I'm following you.
Well, you're like, this pattern is so, I'm like, Siobhan, no, it's charts. It's charts.
So you read charts.
Back, you reverse it, and it takes a hot minute. It does. It takes a hot minute, but then you get it.
I think I ripped this out, 3 or 4 times before it finally clicked. And I was like, okay. And now I'm just blowing through it, you know? Yeah. So, and I think the sleeves are the same thing. It's all cable work down the front or down the outside. Yeah. It's going to go so fast.
It's probably just going to be stockinette.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
And it's worsted weight held double. So, and I think these are size 10 and a half. What is that? Yeah. 6.5 millimeter. So yeah, it's just going so fast. And for some reason I was like, oh, I'll have it done before my first day of work. And obviously I didn't. I was just like, I need time, you know?
Yeah.
But this is so really getting my knitting mojo back and making sure I'm like, I just want to sit and knit it, you know? But it does require my attention because I have to be looking at my chart to know when I'm doing my cables, but it's also easy to see, like, if I'm going to make a mistake, like I can tell when, okay, I'm supposed to be cabling and it's supposed to go this way. Like it's obvious it's going to go this way, or it's obvious it's going to be stockinette in the middle part, or it's going to be like the seed stitch, right? You can just tell. Ugh, I love it. Yeah. I will say I messed up one part, which you're never going to be able to notice. Nobody will notice. But this was my biggest fear, was flipping my cables the wrong way. So this top one, you can tell, like, goes like this. And then the one below it was supposed to copy it. Where is it? This one. So this is going like this. Nope. I don't know where it is now. Look at that. I can't even tell. But one of them is going the wrong way. Like instead of going this way, it's going this way. Because I cabled the wrong way and I caught it and I was like, shit. It's fine. If I just go with it, no one's going to know. And I could keep going. So that was the only mistake that after I figured it all out that I made. And it's just going really well. So if you like cabling, you should do this pattern because it is a lot of fun. Once you once you get through those 3 charts. Mm-hmm. So that's all I have for my.
How did you ever finish Evan's sweater?
No, I'm still doing here. I think I'm on. Whoop, hold some on. I think I'm still on the first sleeve for his. Because, yeah, I'm still on the first sleeve. It's just, again, it's a big sweater. And here's the sleeve. It's just a lot of knitting. It's a lot. So eventually the boys, the big boys will eventually have sweaters. And it was funny because Joey was like, don't worry about it. You can give it to us next Christmas. And I'm like, no, I will never do that. And now I'm like, you'll probably have it for Christmas. Sounds good. So yeah, those are all of my whips. I am also still working on socks. Where did that one go? Here it is. This is like the one finished sock I showed a couple of episodes back. I love that, and it's for my mother-in-law. It was gonna be for Christmas, but
Happy Mother's Day.
Ooh. Yeah, I bet I could finish it. I mean, I'm almost here. I'll grab it.
Yeah, May. Next time.
I think the issue was I couldn't find this one for a little while. So I was like, well, I'm never going to finish it in time for Christmas. So I just stopped. I'm at the heel of this one. That's what it is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You've done so much.
And then I just ignored it.
Yeah.
I literally just have to do the heel and it's on neutrino, which makes everything so easy. And like we were saying before, like having the detail on the sock just makes it go so much faster. It keeps it interesting.
Like I only have to do that 6 times. Perfect.
Yeah.
Repeat 6 times. Perfect.
Yeah. So eventually this will also get done. I'm so close. Like I'm halfway done, really. And then I just have to finish it. So
nice.
And that's literally all of the whips that I have. I don't have anything else. If I do, it's like pushed away and forgotten about. So
well, I have things that I've bought. So
go for it.
Fiber Farm Day was at the Wayland Farmers Market out in Wayland, Mass. Mm-hmm. Totally thought it was 30 minutes away. It was closer to an hour. But it was really cool. So it's at a garden center. Ooh. So I went in and they have this dragon. So you walk into the plants, their indoor plant section.
That's dangerous.
And it was all these beautiful plants. And then there's fiber, yarn, and all kinds of people their booths are in between them all.
Yeah.
There was so many yarn that I wanted that I didn't know what I needed it for. So I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I just don't have stash yarn. I'm just not a stasher. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
So I did go there because I wanted to look at what Dirty Dye Work.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty Dye Works had.
Dirty Water Dye Works.
Because I bought this from the Wandering Flock a while ago to make a Sophie scarf.
Yep.
But I wanted a dark mohair.
Yeah, I remember.
And they had one. So I have done nothing with it yet. Like it's getting kind of like not seasonal for it. But this is the reason why I went there. That and to find yarn for my test knit. So I was super, super excited for this. And then as I just walked around,
hold on really quick. What weight does an Oslo need? Is that fingering or is that DK with mohair?
I think it's fingering. because I don't know.
That
I don't know.
combo is what I want for an Oslo.
Yeah, it's the same.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I know, because I also want an Oslo hat. But I kind of have my hair one. But there was a booth that had mittens and kits.
Yeah, you need that.
I did the winter morning mittens. I don't know the booth. Oh, wait. Yes, I do, because I bought the yarn. Good Lord. Great Bay Wool Works at Liberty Hall Farm. So it is mittens color work, and in theirs it's mini skeins. So one mini skein makes your both mittens. So they're like, so if you buy 4 mini skeins, you can make 4 mittens because you will have enough of this to make 4. So I bought 4 mini skeins in a fade color, and I'm gonna make this is what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be cold. I'm told, so I don't have mittens. I literally just don't have anything for my hands, and I just thought this would be really pretty. I don't know how I'm gonna put the colors yet, but those are the 4 that I picked, and so I have enough to make 2 sets of these mittens if I want.
Nice.
Or I was thinking, well, maybe I could make 2 sets of mittens and like maybe this color and this color. You know, I haven't decided, but I have enough to make 2 sets of mittens.
Fun.
Yeah, they was super, and they had a couple of different patterns. They're I think they're one of the only ones. And then Sabutu Farms, which is another one in Massachusetts, always have beautiful DK weight, primary colored, awesome patterns. I've made stuff from them before, but I love a good kit.
Yeah.
And so that's what I got at the Farm Day. And again, there's another one in March that I plan on going to.
Go with you.
Because I made one sock. Katrinkles had a sale on her sock, not a sale. She threatened that she's getting rid of these.
Yeah. She threatened, so I'm gonna buy it.
She's not. So she will no longer, I think she said, be making the acrylic colored sock rulers. So I bought the hot pink one. I don't really know what I use it for yet, but I can now measure my socks that I make.
That's what I use it for.
I know, but I don't know how to use it. Like, I guess I put the toe in here because it has your US shoe sizes on it. But like, I know like an 8, but I literally just don't know how to use it. So I got to figure that out.
Glad you bought that.
I know, because I'm pretty sure you use it for toe-up socks, and I'm not making toe-up socks.
Yeah, that's... Well, I bet you could probably still make... Like, you could put the whole cuff on it and then see, like, where the part starts.
Like, I don't quite understand.
I bet we can figure it out.
Yeah,
we can figure it out.
Yeah. And then today... So, I have always wanted to make like the fisherman ribbed or brioche, the like cardigans. I see them everywhere, you know, the button ups and they're cropped, and I see them in all the stores. I see the patterns out there. So I found 3 different versions in 3 different weights. So when I found the yarn, I could, you know, and so the yarn shop has the yarn that I want. It is this fluffy chainette yarn. It's, you know, so you'll have the halo effect on it.
Yeah.
And they had it in this gray, they had it in a green, and this green, the yarn itself, I didn't really like because it has like this silver tone to it. I don't think that's that. They had a finished cardigan. I was like, well, I'll be back because it is lightweight and soft, but my fear is it's really warm.
Oh yeah.
Probably not going to enjoy that in 3 months when I finish it.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, at Walmart today. So I'm also going through a phase where I'm having a hard time making garments to gauge, and it's very frustrating, and it makes me not want to make anything. Yep. So I thought I will buy this yarn, this pink sparkly yarn. I just thought was really pretty, and it was $3 a skein, and it was the right size. And I needed 5, so I paid $15 to make myself a sweater that I can wash and I'm going to make a sweater. And I also figure this will let me test out what size I actually want to make too. When I spend over $200 in the most beautiful yarn I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be quite $200 because I think
it's going to be close. Let's be real.
It's $19 a skein. And I think I need 9 skeins.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I paid $17 a skein for my deep winter coat, and I needed 10. And it was
so I wasn't quite ready for that number.
Yeah,
because you have yarn coming in I think a few weeks from another pre-order to do a mohair cardigan also. So I'm like I'm cardigan heavy right now, but I figured if I spend $15 and I absolutely hate what I make, I've only spent $15 and maybe it'll fit someone else.
Yeah, aka me. That's what I always hope. I am always hoping that you'll screw it up enough that it'll be my size.
So that is what I've bought. This is why I'm having a hard time with gauge. So Super Bowl weekend came and I was sick of not having anything done. So I went on to Ravelry. I looked at my yarn stash. I went on Ravelry and I found this awesome vest. I'm super into vests at the moment. I'm not quite sure why. So I found I just want to get the name right, the Unbound Slipover Vest. Super, super cute. Just a very simple pattern, super bulky. And that's really the only yarn I have like a stash of is super bulky stuff from my large knitting days, and it's cheap. Like I would go to Michael's, $6, I got yarn. Yeah. So I gauge swatched it. And then I knit. And my finished item is 4 inches larger than it intended to be. So it is 8 inches larger than I need. It is very big. It's have like I think it says 3 to 5 inches of ease. I have 8. No, it is. So this is 42 inches. So it's 10.
Yeah, I was like, that's 10 on you.
I'm a 32 vest on a good day with a good bra. I'll be honest. So it is really big. And the only reason why I didn't rip this out immediately is because I absolutely love the way it came out. So what I did is I didn't have enough of one color. So I have a solid and a variegated, like a mix with with different colors in it. And I did that every other row. So when you knit from the bottom up, it's great because I'm in a round doing that. And then from here up, it was snippet at the end of the row, next color, snip at the end of the row, next color. So I had just all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So I am trying to embrace that this may look okay. Yeah. I don't like, it doesn't look that bad right here, right?
No, it doesn't.
I washed it, so I steamed it. It's this.
It's the bottom. Yeah.
Because it's kind of larger than it needs to be.
Yeah.
So I thought about redoing it.
It took you 2 days?
Literally 2 days. I finished it while watching the Super Bowl.
Like, I don't even think it took you 48 hours. I think it took you
no, it probably took me 10 hours in total. Yeah, honestly, it flew. And it was only a pain in the butt because I had to switch yarn every row of my decision. Yeah. This probably would have been done faster than that if it was one solid color and in the right size.
In the right
size. Yeah. I need to get rid of 20 stitches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in the end, it turned out my gauge was 2 stitches more than what it needed to be. Even though I swatched it and it was correct.
See, okay, can we just talk about gauge swatch really fast? Because I think I'm more conscious of how I'm knitting when I'm gauge swatching. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm tighter just because it's a smaller section and I'm more conscious of like, I need it to be the size versus when I'm knitting, I'm just going, you know, and I'm
that because I am just so frustrated because then I decided I want a vest. What the F? So Knit Collage came out with a great vest. I can't even think of what it's called. I instantly bought. So I looked at my stash and I needed one more skein. They had it. I think I can get away with it being a slightly different dye lot. I think I can get away with it because of the intricacy of the pattern if I use the skeins in the right way. But it's like she calls it like a party on the top and the back. I'll put it down below.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was making that. So I gauge swatched that because I knew I'm like, I'm not going to mess this up again. I'm not going to make another vest that comes out super big. So I gauge swatched, size down my needle because that's what I needed to do. Now the damn thing is too small. So I effing give up. I had to put it down because I was like, I can't, like it almost caused me to cast on the Sophie scarf because I know I can't mess up that gauge.
Is it called the Buttercup pullover?
Yes. So I wasn't even close. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I was like, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, well, here's this. Let's see if you can.
It's so cute.
Yeah. And it looks like it has like the drop shoulder, like what you have. Yeah. And it has a little bit of color work. And I think the back has like more color work detail, right?
Yeah. And so you can wear it like either in the front or the back. So like one side just has one streak of color that goes down in the center and then goes out to like these triangles on the bottom of color work. And the other side has like the triangles on the top and the bottom. Yeah. So it's like, or you can, depending on how you want to wear it. Cause it's knit front, back, and then stitched together.
I know that she had posted it at one point, but I don't see it on here.
Yeah. I love all their patterns. Like I really debated, like I could probably do a mini episode of all of my knit collage patterns and it would take me an hour to get through.
Oh yeah.
I make so much of it. Yeah. Because I love bulky. I like how fast it goes. It doesn't always agree with me though. So this was my Super Bowl knit.
And it's so fast.
But my other finished object is the
the balaclava,
this high seas from 2 of Wands. So I finished her up probably like right after we filmed, and I absolutely love this because what I like the most about it is it kind of just looks like a hoodie. Yeah, when it's not. And so like I just wear it on, like I have my jacket over it. And my, like, so it looks like you have like a sweater or some kind of hoodie on. You just throw your hood up when it's cold and go.
I love that. And that was really fast knit too, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, yes. I think it was size 11 needles as well. So it just flew off. These are fake cables.
I was going to say, are they faux cables? Yeah. Yeah.
They're faux cables. So it goes so fast. So
you make me want to knit one because it's like, I feel like that would be.
It took like maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's so simple. It's so, and it's so good. And it was like brand. So go whenever they have 30% off. I think I bought it in total for $9.
Yeah, that makes
sense. You know.
And I think you complained that you had to do the I cord, and even still, you all of a sudden you were like, "Well, yeah." You were like, "I hate I cord."
You have to do an I cord for 60 inches. I'm like, "What the f? That's how tall I am." But when you're on size 13 needles, it just goes. Yeah, you're just done. You're done. And it is. I love the color.
Yeah, it's your color.
I think it's rose water is the color. You and me. It's the 2 of Wands and Lion Brand collaboration. I just love it.
Yeah.
And then this hat. So this is why I'm debating in Oslo. This was from Rhinebeck last year.
Yeah, it was 2021. Yeah.
2021. It was at Cape Palooza. And we went to Cape Palooza because of Chelsea yarn was the big reason why. I had never seen her yarns in person. I had only bought a mystery kit to, like, I made a cowl with Nitrino because whatever colors they come out, it was going to be great. Yeah. And then this is the Christina hat. It was, I think wasn't made just for Rhinebeck, but she had the kits, and there's different versions. I made the large with the brim. You can make it's from children's to adults, like infant to adults, with the beads. It includes all the bead pattern for it, but you could do it without a brim. But it's a 1x1. Add your beads. Probably won't be a bead person though, I'll be honest. This was,
yeah.
Because at first it was like, use a crochet hook. I didn't have one small enough. So then I went out and I found, and someone said to use dental floss. So I was using dental floss, but that was such a pain in the butt because it wasn't like really stiff on the end. And then I went upstairs, and sitting on my desk, like this is when I thank my grandma for things. Because I was like, gosh, I must have a thin wire. And I had just this perfectly tiny thin wire. No idea why I have this wire or why it's even sitting out on my desk. But that's what I used. And it made it easier because you have to string the bead on to the yarn. You pull the loop off, put the bead on, put it back on, and then knit it or purl it, depending. Because I like the way you add the bead so that they show when you flip the brim up.
Yeah.
It was on a knit or a purl. But this was a kit, and it was her peony color. And it is peony mohair held with a DK. So it's a worsted weight technically. So it flew off the needles. I did mess up here. I put the beads every single.
That's okay.
Wrong. It was fine though. It was fine. But I wear this hat all the time.
It's very cute.
So now I'm like, do I need an Oslo? Do I need to sit and make another one of these?
I need an Oslo.
Because unfortunately, Oslo would probably be the same colors because that's also
honestly, yeah.
And it didn't use up the whole mohair, so I have enough that I could probably literally make another one of these in mohair.
Yeah,
that's why I like mohair, because it comes in a 400-yard skein.
Yeah, I have a lot. I have mohair from Plies and Hellhounds, from my Love Note tank, from my Love Note sweater. I have an entire skein and then some left over from that of mohair. So I'm like, what am I going to use this for? Probably an Oslo. Let's be real.
I was on a 1x1 kick because
of this.
Then I bought from the Wandering Flock. They did a one-of-a-kind sale that's where I got the green one from. Yeah. This was a standard drop of colors. So I bought 3 colors. I did her Dune, Rainbow Sherbet, and then I held it with a mohair and peach. So it is like, you can't really tell, but this is like a peachier white. It is a true cream color without the mohair with it. And I just, that looks really good.
And this is the
Jackie from Caddy Jacks. It is the Saturday Shrug. She now has the Sunday Shrug, which is a bulky weight. Watch out, I'm probably headed that way next. It is just a 1x1 rib, a tubular cast on and cast off. So it just looks so seamless. So I knit this because she's like, "What? You don't need to swatch."
Yeah.
I believe it should
Devon.
Yeah. So this should be, without giving too much about, it's a free pattern. So I guess I don't feel it should be 13 by 20 inches. Mine is 11 inches. I don't know why this keeps happening. This is only, so it called for 1 skein of mohair. I bought 2. It should be 13 inches. Mine, for some reason, is only 11. It still fits.
Yeah.
It's supposed to fit over. I have a brown camel jacket that I wear every second, and I have it on with it. I pull it over it. I pull it under it. It goes with everything that I already own. And
it looks so cozy.
It does. So like, this is like 90% of the time how you'll see me at school drop off, or with my beret from the Wandering Flock.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I wear in pink.
It looks good. It all looks good though. Yeah.
And like this, the gauge is also off. I forget where this went wrong for me. Oh, it was the length.
Yeah.
So in the pattern, it says try on here because some people think that it's long enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I didn't because I've always wanted a hat that's like actually like that because I have such a big head. They never fit me like this. And even in like the picture of, and I figured what the heck, if I want it smaller down, I'll just roll it up.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. And in the picture, like even Christina had a little of it up and I like that.
Yeah. I think it looks really good.
I've always wanted to have a cone head hat. So
a cone head hat. That's
you never heard mom say that?
I mean, I know
this is why I am the way I am because of the things mom used to say. She's like, oh, look at the cone head hats. That's all I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
but
funny.
I'm doing, she can't tell me no.
Yep. I feel that.
Love you, mom. Yeah. But so that's literally now all I have. It has been
a lot. That was a lot for
no. And now I feel like I've hit like this defeated me.
Yeah.
So here, see?
Yeah.
So it'll be my around the house because I have a pair of I've been really shopping a lot at Walmart lately. And I bought a pair of sweatpants there that match perfectly with this. So this is my new around the house sweater.
Yeah, that works. Whatever.
It works.
It's comfy. And it's being worn. At least it's not
exactly
sitting back out.
And it's not expensive yarn. I can throw it in the wash and the dryer and not feel bad. I can spill on it and not feel bad. It's the perfect around the house vest.
Because everybody needs to have an around the house vest.
Yeah. You never know who's going to drop by.
Throw on the nice vest and you're good to go.
Put on the nice vest. Someone's here.
I love that.
Yeah.
Note to everyone, if you want to come to our houses, just text us first.
Please. Yeah.
Don't just show up.
Okay.
Do we have anything else?
I've got nothing else. I would just look forward to the next farm fiber day. And I think I will ask if I can do some filming in that little shop just to kind of show.
Yeah.
Go down again. Hey, here, look at this place.
Yeah.
And I was listening to the Knit Collage podcast and Fuzzy Goat Fibers was on there. And it's in Georgia. And she mentioned that the area when she first went in wasn't the most friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, but don't worry. Those knitters, they don't care. Let me tell you, when I pulled into the parking lot of this place, that's all I thought. Well, it just took me back to that. I'm like, we will literally go anywhere. We don't care.
We don't care. Yeah.
Half the stores seem to be closed. It was, It reminded me of shopping centers around here. Like,
well, it also, when we went to Vermont, and we were looking for a brewery, and Sean and Joey were like, the best breweries are like in the middle of nowhere. You have and I was like, yes. And everybody will go to them. They're like, how are they successful? I'm like, because people don't care. They want to go to a brewery. They're going to travel. Same with yarn.
Yeah. Same thing. Because they're not all over the place.
Right. And like, it's special. A lot of it is specialty. Like with the breweries, like you're getting craft beers. With yarn, you have no idea who's going to be available, what kind of kits you're going to get.
They had a whole section. I think it's Little Fox Fibers. I found a pattern that is going to make me buy some of their yarn. I have yarn. 2 sweater quantities worth of yarn that I want to buy when I go back because it was just a basic tee from Poison Girl Knits. I forget what it's called, but it was just a super simple cropped thing. And I'm like, and it was fingering weight, and there was the most beautiful fingering weight yarn that I didn't know what to do with there. So I'm going to go back for that probably. But that was their local indie dyer. I got some of their yarn, Little Fox yarns. They're in Joey's sweater. That's so funny. So down from North Carolina. Yeah, and it's the yellow color. Let me see. It's this color. That I fell in love with. Oh, that is okay. I was like, I remember hearing about that yarn and seeing it. And it was Wool and Folk, right?
Yes, it was.
Nice. Yes.
Yep.
So I'm going to buy some more there too.
Good. I was very happy to buy it from them. I liked that. I mean, I didn't work a ton with it. It was the yellow in this, but it was good to work with, so.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try that with the tee. Just a basic tee.
I really want a basic t-shirt. I feel like I have a white one, but I think it's a little bit too cropped for me now. Cause like going into work, luckily our office is dress for your day. So like if I'm not meeting with anybody outside of our division, I can wear jeans and a t-shirt. Like nobody's going to care.
Yeah.
But like next week we have the board of trustees coming. So I need to make sure I'm dressed nicely. But with that being said, I could easily wear my knits with a pair of jeans, which I did on Friday, and I felt fat. I had one person compliment me. She's like, "Oh, I love your sweater." And I was like, "Oh, thank you. This was actually my sweater that I knit for a trip this past October." And she was like, "Wait, what? You made that?" And so I had to tell her all about Rhinebeck and our Rhinebeck sweaters and how we matched. And she was like floored, absolutely floored. So I'm going to hopefully wear more of my sweaters. But with that being said, I need like a t-shirt sweater that I can wear on those days. So that's my plan.
We'll have to look at the boy and girl one together.
Yes.
It's a basic tee and it's super cute. Yeah. And I like the fit of hers. She has a very vintage fit. And I feel like that looks good on every body type. Yeah. And you can custom it if you don't think it does. I made one of hers.
Yeah. What did you make from her?
Boat neck. The joke boat neck. It was a mess. That's why I did it. That's this one, I think, from maybe no, it was something else. I was thinking Pony Boy, but no. That's my favorite movie, The Outsiders. I loved that book and that movie.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think Emilio Estevez in it. All right, so till next time, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe I'll have another mohair sweater finished.
Well, maybe I'll have one thing finished. If I don't have this winter coat finished, it will be because I have.
You'll probably have the sleeves at least on the cardigan.
I was gonna say I'll have at least one sleeve. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But picking up the stitches for the band is gonna be the worst part, I think.
I'm deciding, like, after we're done recording, do I cast on my new sweater that I just bought? Oh, I didn't even show. I bought buttons to go with it too. I think they're small, and they're not in this bag, but they're just gold. They were just these very simple gold flat buttons, and I'm like, that would be super pretty with this.
Yeah, with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Should I swatch or just finish something?
Do not swatch. There's no point in swatching for you.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I should probably just size down a needle and see if it fits.
Yeah.
That's typically what the end result is size down a needle.
Or once you get like 4 inches in, check your stage. Because at that point it's like, well, you've made good progress, but also
you don't feel that
as much ripping it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I wish I did that on this.
Mm-hmm. That went so fast though that whatever.
And that's why I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, whatever. But now I care immensely because it was kind of a pain, but
I get it. It's fine. It happens.
Whatever.
You knit and you learn.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. How we are rambling. So send us a comment. Follow us on Instagram. I'm Grandma Jane's Attic.
And I'm Pearls and Pothos.
Like, subscribe so you can see more. Every Wednesday you'll see a new snip from us, and these longer ones every couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think
every time someone is like, "Hey, I have a lot to show. Can we go?" That's pretty much how this goes for us.
I think also, like, once we get to that month mark, we're both like, "So, are we gonna record now?"
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe.
We'll see you on Instagram.
Yeah.